Question 21. He says strontium displaces magnesium from molten magnesium chloride. When some metal displaces another from its aqueous solution, it means it is more reactive. So we can say strontium is more reactive than magnesium because of this statement. Then bromine displaces iodine from aqueous potassium iodide. Again, we know from the halogens, if one halogen is displacing the other one, clearly means that that halogen is present higher and is more reactive. Okay, then so we can say bromine is more reactive than iodine. So keeping this idea, it says which row describe the change in reactivity down both group 2 and group 7. So bromine is present higher than iodine, so we can say as we are going down, the reactivity is decreasing. And magnesium is present higher than strontium, and now strontium is more reactive and magnesium is less, so we can say as we going down, the reactivity is what? Increasing. Here the reactivity is decreasing, here the reactivity is increasing. For group 2 increasing, for group 7 decreasing. Understood? So what we have to choose? Increase, decrease. C. Is it clear? Any question? No. Okay. Yep. Then he says that 22 elements J and K are in the same period of the periodic table. J react with acid to produce a salt and hydrogen. So remember, J is what? Definitely, if it is reacting with acid, it should be what? Base. It should be what? Base. So it is a metal oxide, because metal oxide, sorry, it should be a metal. It should be a metal, because metal can easily react with acid to produce, like I am going to say, HCl. So it will give us metal chloride and hydrogen gas. Understood? So this should be metal. K react with sodium to form an ionic compound. Okay, K react. So again, sodium is a metal, so K should be a non-metal. K should be non-metal, because if one metal, another one should be non-metal to have an ionic compound, because ionic compounds are formed by the opposite attraction between metal ion and non-metal ion. So it should be non-metal. Which statement about J and K is correct? An atom of J has more electrons than an atom of K. So it will not explain about the idea, okay, that which one is behaving what. So then J and K are both metals? No. J and K are both non-metals? No. J is to the left side? Definitely it is metal, so it should be to the left side. And K is to the left side of the K. J is to the left side of the K. So yes, K will be at the right side. So this should be the right answer. Understood? Because metals are present to the left side. Metals are in the periodic table. Metals are present to the left side, whereas non-metals are present to the right side. Okay, non-metal. So you can see this is J, which is present to the left side of the K. Is it clear? Okay. Question 23. Again, a sketch of periodic table is given. He says which element has high density. We know very well the transition metals have high density, and transition metals are in between group 3 and group 2. So we have only one choice, B. These are transition metals. Simple question. 24. He says the reaction of 4 metals W, X, Y and Z are listed. Metal W displaces X from the oxide of metal X. So it clearly means when some metal is displacing the other one from its oxide, so W is more reactive. W is more reactive than X. Metal Y has greater tendency to form positive ions than metal W. So So whenever something has more tendency to form positive ion, it means it has a greater tendency to lose electron. So more reactive metal lose electron more easily. So we can say that Y is more reactive than W. Then he says aqueous ions of metal Z are reduced by metal X. So when something is reducing the other one, it should be oxidized. So we can say X is more reactive than Z. If we combine all these, what we can say, if W is more reactive than X, it should be more reactive than Z. And if Y is more reactive than W, it means it is more reactive than all others. So Y, then W, then X, and at last Z. So we have to calculate that which one is least reactive, and then at the end it should be most reactive, starting from the least going towards the most. So we have to reverse this. We have to reverse this order. So Z, X, W, and Y. So D should be the right answer. Understand? Now question 25. Here he says that 3 experiments J, K, L are set up to investigate rusting. Water is there. We know that for rusting we need 2 conditions, water and oxygen or air. If both of the conditions are there, then it will easily rust. Then this is mild steel. Mild steel means it contains some impurity of carbon. Painted steel means there is a paint on it, okay, that protect it from rusting. Then stainless steel is an alloy that will never ever be rusted because of the alloying situation. Okay, in which experiment does rust occur? In which experiment does rust occur? So remember that in water there is a dissolved oxygen. So in all of these situations, both are the conditions are fulfilled. So we can easily say mild steel will be rusted, the painted will be rusted as well, but it will take some time. Okay, it will take some time. But here there is no clue about the time, and we say that in which experiments does rusting occur. So we can say only J, because this is protected by the paint. This is a stainless steel. Stainless steel will never ever go for the rusting. So only J. So is there an option with the J? Yes. And all cross? Yes. C is there. Okay. Question 26. Silver is below copper in the reactivity series. As I clearly mentioned in above, that if something is more reactive than the other, it will displace it. So copper is more reactive than silver. Remember that copper is more reactive than silver from this statement. Which row describes the reaction of silver? So reaction with steam? No, because we learned that copper never ever react with dilute acids. If it is not reacting with the dilute acid, it will never react with the steam as well. Okay, it will not react with. If copper is not reacting with the steam, silver is still lower, has lower reactivity than copper. So how it can? So it means that yes, reaction with steam, no reaction. Reaction with dilute hydrochloric acid, no reaction. So what we can say, A is the right answer. Okay. Next. In 27, iron is galvanized. Galvanized is a way of protecting any metal from rusting, and for galvanizing we use typically zinc. Okay. Brass is made by mixing copper and zinc. This is alloy. Okay. Alloy is another way of protecting metals from rusting. Which row gives the reason for each of these use of zinc? So to prevent corrosion, yes, and for making brass produce a soft metal, no. Alloys are harder. Alloys are more harder. So what we can say, B is the right option. Understood? Next. The diagram shows a stage in the purification of dirty water. He says which process does the apparatus show? Which process does the operation show? Apparatus. So actually it is filtration. Actually it is what? Large particles stuck, and then at the end we will get pure water. Okay, all the large particles are stuck over there. So what should be the right answer? Filtration. A simple question again. 29. He says which substance is polluted air, damages stoneworks and kill trees. This is acid rain. This is what? An acid rain is caused by the oxides of sulfur, nitrogen and carbon, but mostly oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. So best choice is what? Oxides of sulfur, which is sulfur dioxide. 30th, ammonium nitrate, which is a fertilizer, or we can say nitrogenous fertilizer, and is added to field to help crops grow. Slagged lime, this is a base or alkali, he clearly mentioned, so it is used to reduce the acidity of the soil. Ammonium nitrate and slagged lime should not be added, because whenever any ammonium salt is combined with any of the base or alkali, what happens, and heated, this will give us a salt, calcium nitrate in this case, water and ammonia gas. So this will lose and reduce or remove the nitrogen from the soil. Why we are adding this fertilizer? To give nitrogen to the soil, so that it can act as a fertilizer. Why we were adding calcium hydroxide? To reduce the acidity of the soil. But if they start reacting with each other, they will not do their primary work. So that's why what we can say, a gas is given off. What type of the gas was given off? Z. Okay, sorry, not Z, ammonia. Z is ammonia, and where is ammonia? A. Understood?